Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Talkin Wrasslin podcast with your host, the macho-loving, cornet-carny, little munchkin Denny Vale. And the Jacksonville wrestling fan, whose favorite wrestlers, of course, are forever and always will be the Young Bucks. Lyssie Vale. Together, these two give a retrospective of the week in the professional wrestling world throughout all promotions across the world. So let's jump into this week's episode. Oh my God!
Hello, welcome to Talkin Wrasslin. I'm Dylan.
I'm Lyssie.
And we're here.
Again.
Yes.
For another episode.
Another episode.
Of Talkin Wrasslin.
Of Talkin Wrasslin.
With Dylan and Lyssie.
With Dylan and Lyssie. Or as the intro says, Danny Vallow.
Yeah.
That's my working name.
That's true.
My shoot name's Dylan. It's going to be a laid back episode today because we do got things to talk about, but not as much as we usually do.
Not a whole hell of a lot.
It's okay. You know why?
Why?
Because we're going to have a bonus episode later in the week. We
We
are.
really are.
We've been building this up for months.
Months.
We
Years.
finally got Bryce.
Decades.
We finally got Bryce.
We got Bryce.
He's going to be on an episode.
He will be.
This Thursday.
Is that blowing this Thursday?
Yeah.
I should know that I'm in control of the YouTube.
Yeah. This Thursday. It's
Yeah.
going to be the Chronicles of Dylan and Bryce. The life story.
It sure was something.
It was fun.
Honestly. It was wild. It was fun.
We talk about our backyard wrestling stuff.
Talk a lot about the backyard wrestling stuff. And it's a wild ride, to say the least.
Yes.
It's a wild one. So definitely make sure you check that out once it gets uploaded on Thursday. It's a long one. It's a very long one. It's going to be the longest one we've ever uploaded.
Yeah, probably.
But it was fun. It was a lot of fun. I enjoyed doing it, and it's always good to have Bryce around.
Yes. Very fun.
So yeah, this episode's going to be a little bit short with what has gone on this week in wrestling and whatnot.
Yes.
I don't think too much really happened.
Things happened, but we'll talk about some TNA stuff. Some WWE news, Raw, Dynamite, some things from Collision. We didn't watch SmackDown. We didn't even watch Collision. We kind of just watched highlights on YouTube. My Way Back Wednesday match, the flashback match of the week, and the wrestler of the week. But Lizzie, how was your week?
It was fine. It was my last week working my job at the time. My old job, I guess, is the best way to put it. So it was fine. Like nothing really crazy happened or anything like that, but it was just a goddamn type of week. So I start my new job tomorrow. Well, by the time you listen to this, it'll be today technically because it's on Tuesday that I start my new job. So it's exciting. I'm nervous. I'm very, very nervous to start it because it's a type of what's the word I'm looking for? It's I guess an industry I never worked in before. So it's a little nerve-wracking for me, but I think once first day jitters are done, I'll feel a little bit better about everything. But yeah, no, so I mean my week was fine. Nothing too insane happened. What about you, Dylan?
Nothing really crazy. Bryce came down during the week, like towards the end of the week, and we hung out. College Football 25 was released. I've been playing a lot of that. It's a fun game. Best sports game I've ever had. Mobamba, when you're playing Penn State, Mobamba ain't shit. I'm just saying. And I'm in the process of, I said, fuck it. And I'm currently doing Dynasty mode. Road to Glory, whatever you want to call it. Dynasty. That's what it is. Dynasty mode. I'm doing Army. The Army Black Knights. So I'm rebuilding them, so that's kind of fun. The game's fun. If you haven't played it yet, you guys should. And if you're a fan of sports games, it's really good. Better than Madden. And I bought figures and stuff, and yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And hung out with Bryce.
Yeah, when I came home from work on, Friday, I caught you guys in bed together.
Yeah, we were in bed together.
They were cuddling.
We were cuddling.
They were kissing. They were smooching.
No, we were
making babies.
We were actually. Well, I was just fucking around with college football, and Bryce was actually preparing both of us for the episode that we recorded of like. He was like, oh yeah, so this happened. And then this happened. Mm-hmm. And it's like, okay, so we were like preparing ourselves. And then we were trying to make a game plan of how to go about the episode.
Fair enough. But yeah, that was pretty much how the week went. So, anything else you got to add to that?
No. I wish the weekend never ended.
Yeah?
Yeah, because, I don't know, maybe it's just because it's summer, but like, I don't want to do anything. Like, when it's during the week and I'm at work, I just don't want to be at work.
No, that's fair. It has been, like, incredibly fucking hot around here, too.
Yeah.
So, it's just, like, you know, it's like, draining and exhausting. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Stop chewing your gum so loud. It's pissing me off.
Hawk Tua.
Stop.
Hawk Tua. Anyway, moving on. TNA had Slammiversary this past weekend. We didn't watch it. But congratulations to Nick Nemeth on winning the TNA title, and congratulations to Speedball Mike Bailey on becoming the X Division champion.
Both well deserved.
There's some bright moments in TNA still.
Both very well deserved of two very solid wrestlers. Again, I'm not a big Nick Nemeth fan, but I am a Mike Bailey fan. So I'm very happy for him on that, but also very happy for Nick Nemeth. Again, he deserves it. I'm glad that he's like kind of off venturing, doing his own thing.
I saw a lot of people were pissed off because it was a 6-man elimination match for the TNA title. I saw that people were pissed that Joe Hendry didn't win. But people got to take into account of who he eliminated in that match. And that was the world champion Moose. He eliminated Moose. So Joe Hendry is going to be TNA champion probably by the end of the year.
Good for him.
I just have this feeling. So people just fucking need to relax on that. But there is something that people aren't relaxed on. And to be honest with you, I just don't understand it. I don't get it. But Bobby Lashley and MVP released.
Yeah.
And what I mean, I don't understand it and I don't get it. I just don't get why people are so pissed off.
I'm more shocked than anything. More so for Bobby Lashley than MVP. Because Bobby Lashley's been with WWE forever.
Yeah, well, he's left.
Ever.
He's left and gone to TNA and come back and stuff. He's a former WWE champion, but like, I'm sorry, like, ever since he lost the belt, like, who really gives a fuck about Bobby Lashley?
I've always liked Bobby Lashley. I always thought Bobby Lashley was a solid wrestler. I just never thought I'd see him, like, go anywhere else, like, especially this day and age.
And, like, MVP, like, the one good thing MVP has ever done was beat up Chris Jericho.
That was good. That was solid.
That's about it.
No, I mean, it's just, like, one of those things where it's like, oh, I could see Bobby Lashley, like, just retiring out of WWE. Like, he's not going nowhere else. And the fact that they end up releasing him, that's like
I've been seeing a lot of things of... So, supposedly, I guess, this release was bound to happen between both of them. Because remember, they were in the Hurt business with, like, Shelton Benjamin and shit. Mm-hmm. Shelton Benjamin's a free agent right now.
Yeah.
I'm seeing a lot of things of, like, they might go to AEW and do the Hurt business because they wanted to do the Hurt business in WWE, but Triple H was like, nah, we're not doing that shit.
Hurt business was solid.
It was solid for a good time, again, until Bobby Lashley lost the WWE title.
Yeah, like, they were a solid fucking faction, so I wouldn't be surprised on that, honestly. I think it'll be weird as fuck to see them anywhere else, but, I mean, sure, why not?
Yeah, it'll be weird.
Well, it's like Bobby Lashley was like one of the like old reliables. You know what I mean? But also, I guess that also kind of serves a point of like when you end up becoming an old reliable, you know?
You end up being Nick Nemeth.
Yeah.
That's pretty much what Nick Nemeth was. But,
I hope wherever they go, they see success.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, MVP doesn't even like wrestle anymore. Anyway, moving on to Monday Night Raw. We got Rhea and Dom and then I wrote a slash because this kind of was just like the same segment. So we got Rhea and Dom. They talked. We'll get to that in a second. And then we're getting Rhea versus Liv Morgan at SmackDown. Or at SummerSlam, not SmackDown. So, I mean, it was bound to happen, Rhea and Liv. It's happening at SummerSlam,
Yeah,
obviously.
writing's on the wall for that.
And then Rhea and Dom. Rhea's pissed at Dom. But then later on in the episode, I saw something where, like, throughout the whole episode of Raw, like, Dom was trying to, like, apologize to Rhea and everything, like, doing backstage segments. And then after Dom's match in the night, he lost. But then they did, like, another backstage segment where Rhea was like, let's get one thing straight, Dom. I'm nobody's, but you're mine.
Mm-hmm.
So at least they're warming up again. The kids are warming up.
I just don't want this whole feud to just be about Dom.
The kids are warming up to each other.
Just don't want it to be all about Dom.
Who wins at SummerSlam? Rhea or Liv? You think Rhea wins?
Rhea.
She gets the belt back?
Yeah.
Dom, do you think Dom makes his choice in that match?
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna hit Liv Morgan with a pile driver.
Mm-hmm. That's exactly how it's gonna happen.
That'd be insane. I think we need to have a conversation, though, Lissy.
What?
About Carlito being the most funniest wrestler right now.
He's so fucking unserious.
It's funny as shit.
He's so fucking unserious about everything.
Pro wrestles in joggers anymore.
Does he really? I don't even pay
Yeah,
attention
every
to
time
that.
he's wrestling, I'm like, Lissy, look at his gear. He's just wearing joggers.
Jesus Christ.
But he is so fucking funny with the, that's cool.
Or, that's not cool.
That's not cool. Or, looks pretty hard to me.
I also just like how the running joke is still, is he a part of Judgment Day?
Yeah, like
everyone's just like, why is he in our room? He's just there, and I love that.
Lissy can literally I probably said it on the podcast too, but every time we're watching Raw and there's a Judgment Day segment, I'm like, is Carlito a part of Judgment Day?
No, he just hangs out.
Like
he's just a friend. He's
just
a friend of Judgment Days.
He's that one friend that's always hanging out with them.
I like how Judgment Day has this running joke of just people showing up and like not being a part of Judgment Day, but kind of being a part of Judgment Day, but not really. So like we had like JD, and then we had R-Truth, and now we have Carlito.
I like that literally for the past fucking almost 2 years, on a week-to-week basis on Monday Night Raw, the Judgment Day are like the main story. Mm-hmm. And they have this ridiculous shit of Carlito, JD, R-Truth.
Yeah, I love the Judgment Day.
They are literally the top faction. Well, not the Bloodline is still the top faction.
No.
But they're still the top.
No.
Bloodline versus Judgment Day.
Just because Bloodline is the main event doesn't mean they're the main attraction.
On SmackDown, yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. They are on SmackDown.
Yeah, they're on SmackDown.
Oh well, I would argue and say that Judgment Day is the best faction that WWE has overall, even if they're not like main event headlining right now. I would say they're the best. And they're probably going to break them up in like 2 days.
The breakup is coming soon.
I don't want it to.
It's coming soon. But also, you know what we didn't want, and we got it because it was very sad. That's why we didn't want it, because it was very sad, and we knew it was going to be very sad. It was an Eric Rowan video.
Yeah.
They're doing what I said they should have done and talked to all the members of the Wyatt Six of why they're joining, like why are they here and everything, and the Eric Rowan one was really good.
Really sad, and I was not ready for it.
We didn't want it.
Literally the second he showed up on the screen, I said, "Oh no, oh no."
Soon as he said, "I lost my friends,"
mm-hmm.
I was like, "Oh man."
He's like, "I lost my brother," and I'm like, "Oh okay, so they're just all right. They're just talking about Bray," and then he goes, "And then I lost my other brother," and I'm like, "Oh no, he was talking about Brody. God fucking damn, Jesus."
So I hope they end up doing that, like, with all of the members of, like, why they joined.
I think they will, and I'm very interested to see Nikki Cross's reasoning.
No, she's the only one that, like, everyone knows who everyone is, except, like, but it's, like, Nikki Cross is the only one that doesn't get unmasked. It's weird what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
But also, speaking of the Wyatt Six, there was a really pretty interesting segment that happened in the ring. Chad Gable called out Bo Dallas.
Oh yeah, I didn't see this.
So Chad Gable called out Bo Dallas, and as Bo Dallas, just Bo Dallas, not Uncle Howdy, Bo Dallas was walking to the ramp, the Creeds attacked them. So
Bo Dallas?
Yep. So
Okay.
Chad Gable and the Creeds are together.
Good.
And they were attacking Bo, and Bo was laughing, like doing the sadistic laugh, but he was getting his ass kicked and he was still laughing.
Mm-hmm.
And then the lights flickered off, and then the Wyatt Six appeared. Chad Gable and the Creeds pretty much just got the fuck out of there. And the Wyatt Six were just in the ring. It was kind of cool. It was Bo Dallas unmasked, surrounded by the other guys that were all masked, and it was a pretty interesting segment, to say the least.
Well, I mean, again, I didn't see it, but from hearing it, I do like how that flows. I like the Chad Gables with the Creed brothers.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
What do you think of the Wyatt Six so far, up to this point?
Again, I like it. Like I've been saying these past couple weeks, I'm liking how they're doing it. I'm liking the way that they're going about it. I just worry for when the bell rings.
Yeah, that's what I'm worried about, is when the bell rings. I
don't want it to be too supernatural.
The best thing that they need to do, like, in all reality, they're doing the right thing right now. Just don't have them wrestle for the longest time.
Yeah, and then they can wrestle, and then they could just be this, like, unstoppable force and beat the shit out of people.
Let them be a novelty act.
Yeah.
Let them wrestle literally once in a while. They wrestle, then they don't wrestle for like 6 months. And then they wrestle. And they don't wrestle for like 3 months. It's the best thing to do. It's the best thing to protect us all. I'm still scared about it.
I'm very nervous for it. I'm very nervous for when that day comes.
Anyway, let's talk about Dynamite now.
Okay.
It was Dynamite 250, that's what it was.
Yes.
Dynamite 250. It was a pretty interesting episode of Dynamite.
I saw a lot of hate for this episode on the internet, and I think
I went to bed early, yeah, but that was just me being tired. It wasn't me being like, all right, this is fucking dog shit. I went back and like watched like the shit on YouTube, and I was like, oh, it was a pretty decent episode.
It was a solid fucking episode, and a lot of people were giving it like shit.
Like it wasn't a few weeks ago when they got like 5,000 fucking views or whatever. Like there was an episode a few weeks ago that the viewership wasn't good, and it was just bad to begin with. There's been some bad Dynamites. This one was a pretty good Dynamite, and we started off pretty fucking good. It was MJF versus Will Ospreay.
I saw a lot of hate for this match.
Well, I kind of figured because like I saw how they were wrestling. I was like, people are gonna fucking hate this.
I was seeing hate from this match from the AEW fans.
Were you really?
Yeah.
What were they saying?
I don't recall what it was, but it was just a lot of people being like, this is going on too long. I'm tired of seeing these two fucks. I'm over this shit.
What? How? I thought you guys like bangers.
It was a banger. It was and I don't know if it was just like...
They went 59 minutes. How do you...
Well, I don't know if it was a personal bias against MJF and Will Ospreay, because there's a lot of people that I see on the internet who very much don't like them because they think that they're shitbag people. So I don't know if it was a personal bias or just being like, I don't care about these two people and I want something else to happen now because now they're taking forever. But it was a really fucking good match.
I enjoyed this match, and I wasn't expecting MJF to win, but pretty much though the match is happening. They're going back and forth. They're beating the fuck out of each other. They're doing really good. And then I'm like, let's see, they're like 45 minutes in. Mm-hmm. And then I was like, they're gonna have an hour draw. Mm-hmm. And no, MJF wins with like 2 seconds left.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting MJF to win the international championship, but here we are.
I wasn't expecting him to win it either.
But here we are.
No, it was a fucking fantastic match.
Yeah, it was good.
And I don't understand why people were hating it.
It could have been a lot worse.
Like, I don't understand why it was getting so much shit on the internet. I understand why it gets shit from, like, the WWE fans. I get that.
The AEW fans kind of shocked me. This match was literally up y'all's guys' alley. It was fucking almost an hour long. They had a banger. They were doing flips and ridiculous indie stuff. There was a fucking... Ultimate Styles Clash.
I think it was just a personal bias. Like, I think that's all it was. But I'm like, guys, shut up for 5 seconds, okay? We finally got something that was, like, a fucking killer banger on TV, and you're gonna fucking bitch about it now. Like, you quite literally cannot be pleased at this point.
Wrestling fans suck.
Yeah.
You can't please them. Just like, well, let's jump into this. It's not a Dynamite review unless I complain about something. And I gotta complain about something. And that is, why are the Bang Bang Gang stripped of the trios titles when they have 3 other guys? Have you heard of the Freebird rule? MJF defended the Ring of Honor tag titles by himself and with another partner. Where's the logic? And then I wrote a slash after I watched Collision and said, it doesn't fucking matter. Christian and his sons are the champions now. So congratulations to patriarchy, but...
Yeah, I don't get why they even bothered to
They had to
strip them.
face the Bang Bang Gang for the trios belts. On Collision, it was the patriarchy versus Juice and the Guns.
Yes.
I don't understand why they had to strip them,
Yes,
though.
that's literally what I was just about to say. I don't understand why they stripped the belts and then they lost them anyway.
Yeah.
Like, just have them lose the belts. I don't get it. I don't understand it. Like, Christopher Daniels, I love you, but you're not making no sense, my guy.
This was Tony Khan.
He's not... Christopher Daniels is the on-screen GM.
I want. Can we talk about that for a second, too?
What?
I get that he's the on-screen general manager, right?
No, he's the on-screen Kenny Omega.
Okay,
Yes.
I get he's the on-screen fucking guy. Why hasn't there been much follow-up between all of that? Like, he's not there every week. Like, who's running the show? Like, literal kayfabe-wise. Who is running the show? You have the Elite doing what they want to do. We didn't really have a follow-up to Tony Khan's neck getting broken. He just wasn't there for a few weeks.
Mm-hmm.
There's so much confusion going on.
It's fine. It's supposed to be chaotic. That's the way I look at it.
God.
The way I look at it is everything is a mess right now because the Elite fucked everything up and it's all just chaos now. And I'm just rolling with the punches with it.
Man. Why did Bang Bang Gang have to get stripped?
I mean, Juice Robinson probably wanted to be stripped. If you know what I'm saying.
At least there is a good thing coming out of this, and that we just have what it's supposed to be 3 trios titles and not fucking 9 of them. Like, the pink ones are gone. The Ring of Honor 6-man tag titles are no longer. Thank God. I mean, Ring of Honor is going to be no longer anyway at this point.
Just because we don't watch it doesn't mean that good things aren't happening on it.
I've heard that Ring of Honor's bad.
Have you watched it?
No, I just go by what Twitter says.
Okay, well, make the decision for yourself and watch it.
I don't want to.
Well, then don't complain about it.
I just don't want to watch fucking Ring of Honor, man. It's not Ring of Honor.
I mean, I've just been hearing that Athena's been, like, taking it by storm, so good for her.
She's the only probably good thing about it, to be honest with you. Anyway, Darby came down from the ceiling like his dad.
And I cried.
That was pretty cool.
I cried a lot.
And then, so we got Team Elite versus Team AEW for Blood and Guts this upcoming week. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you have anything to say about that?
Why are they acclaimed on Team AEW?
Because they're feuding with the Bucks right now, and that's that. That's really it. I would have taken anyone else over Max Caster. Put Anthony Bowens and fucking Billy Gunn in there, honestly.
I don't want Billy Gunn. Ah, man.
It just because, and again, I don't want the Acclaimed in there either, but just because you're not necessarily happy with it doesn't mean it doesn't make sense.
It's not that it doesn't make sense. I think that this is possibly the worst build to a Blood and Guts match.
I mean, fair enough.
Because there has been, like, no fucking build. They are falling under the same thing WWE fell under, like, every October or every December when it rolled around of, shit, we gotta have a Hell in a Cell match because our show's called Hell in the Cell. Where, like, AEW's like, oh, shit, we got Blood and Guts coming up. Shit.
Yeah, there definitely could have been a better build to this, especially with all the shit that the Elite's been doing.
Yeah.
So I don't really know why there wasn't.
And, like, there's really no explanation as to, like, Like, if you do enough deep diving, you can understand why the team members of Team AEW are on Team AEW. But, like, just week by week, it was just them coming out and being like, I'm on Team AEW because fuck the Elite. But there's, like, really, like, no backstory of, like, why is Swerve on Team AEW? I mean, there's an obvious fucking reason. He's the world champion. But, like, why...
His feud with Hangman, he had to be there now.
And, like, obviously, like again, there's deep diving of stuff, but, like, explain it. Like, oh, the reason why Swerve Strickland, the reason why I'm picking Team AEW is because I'm the AEW champion. I defend this belt with honor and respect for AEW, and I have a problem with Hangman. Insert promo here. Darby, same fucking thing. It's just like, hey, these are the guys that we're feuding with.
It's pretty clear though. I mean, Swerve and Hangman were obviously going to be in it because they have a thing going on because they're gay.
They're doing something.
And the Young Bucks and the Acclaimed, obviously, they have been feuding for weeks now.
That's unfortunate.
Jack Perry and Darby have been going back and forth for years now.
I also said
they're pillars.
I also said that Darby should take the belt off of Jack Perry when that time comes.
Wrong.
Like,
anyway.
Wrestle Dream, his hometown.
Wrong. Anyway.
I'm just saying.
And Mark Briscoe, I mean, he's just here for a fight. Okada, he's just here for a fight. They kind of fall into that same category.
We got the Ring of Honor champion in there. Mark Briscoe's gonna do something fucking crazy. Anyway, I'm just not a fan of this build, man.
Again, the build isn't great. The build could have been a lot better, but it's sensible as to why everyone's there. Every person that's in there makes sense. And it's still going to be a good match nonetheless, and we get to watch Max Caster get his fucking shit kicked in, so...
Who do you think wins?
I think Elite wins again.
I think Elite wins, too. There's no
I
way...
think Elite are going to keep winning until Kenny comes back. And Kenny's going to take them down.
Like, like, when they do a Blood and Guts match, or even, like, we're watching a War Games match right now, and it's Team WCW versus Team NWO and stuff like that. You like, have this feeling of, like, oh, this is the blow-off match. This does not feel like a blow-off match.
No, it's not. It's not going to be, because, again, there's still shit going on with everyone in this match. Like, there's still going to be Swerve and Hangman again. There's still going to be Jack and Darby again. There's going to be the Acclaimed and the Bucks again. And then, I mean, I don't know, we'll probably get a Mark Briscoe and Okada match, because why the fuck not?
That'd be wild.
Like there are still 3 storylines that are continuing afterwards outside of the teams. So, I mean, it's not going to be the blow-off. They're each going to have their own individual blow-offs of their respective feuds.
No, it needs to be... The blow-off needs to be a better version of Team AEW taking down the Elite in, like, Blood and Guts next year.
That's what I mean of, like, when this whole thing comes full circle, it's going to be led by Kenny. Like, it's going to be Kenny and Coda and a couple of his friends.
No, realistically, so it's 5-on-5, right? Yeah. So you got the 5 fucks from the Elite. Realistically, Kenny, Coda, FTR.
Continue.
I'm trying to think of, like, a 5th person that would help with this.
Put Darby in there again.
Okay, and Darby. There's your Team AEW. I mean, obviously, there's reasons why they couldn't do that, but that should be next year.
Yeah.
That should be next year.
I can almost guarantee you that's probably what it was supposed to be this year. But Kenny.
Or even Will Ospreay. MJF, I mean, he's a heel, but, like...
I could see Ospreay, and then there's always that conflict, though, of Ospreay and Kenny.
Yeah, that's true. Like, I'm just saying, it could have been better.
It could have been, but we have what we have, and at least what we have is sensical.
Someone's gonna do... There's gonna be a lot of dumb shit that happens in this match that's gonna be funny.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
Jack Perry's gonna be set on fire again, I don't know. Anyway, Collision. They had a pretty cool setup because they're doing, like, that summer series in, like, this Texas stadium sports arena thing. Mm-hmm. It's like a college stadium. I don't know exactly what it is. It holds, like, 1,000 people. It's a really cool fucking setup, though. Mm-hmm. I just wanted to say that first. It's a really cool setup. And we are unfortunately probably on the road to FTR versus Young Bucks number 9 at this point. I don't know if it's number 9. It's
4.
It's like 5. It's 5. They had the trilogy.
Oh yeah, it is
that
5.
ended at Wembley, and then 4 was the ladder match, Dynasty.
Yeah. So
this would be 5.
This is 5.
God damn it.
It's fine. It's fine.
FTR came out. They cut a promo. Cash Wheeler alluded to his gun charges, and Dak said that they're going to go for the tag belts again that are held by the Young Bucks.
Again, at least it's gonna be a good match.
There's more teams in the tag division, man. I know. And I'm saying this about FTR, man.
I know. I'm just saying. At least it'll be a good match, but we don't need it.
We don't. But you know what we need more of?
What?
This hologram guy.
Well, I'm sure we'll get more of him. He just debuted.
This hologram guy is cool as fuck. I don't know who the fuck this guy is. I never heard of him. I never seen him until I watched the match, and I was very blown away.
Well, I can't remember his name, but from what I understand, he was someone from AAA that is rebranded. As his name starts with an A. I quite literally cannot remember it off the top of my head. But
I just think he's really cool.
Yeah, no, he was fucking awesome. So I'm happy to see that he's more than likely not Sammy Guevara.
It's not Ricochet.
Not Ricochet. But no, he's really cool. I like him a lot.
Yeah, it was neat.
I'm excited to see what they do with him. I hope they seem to be making him like an important deal. So
yeah, hopefully he doesn't just end up on like Rampage. And Sky Blue got injured.
Yeah, it's wild to me that 2 people in like the most recent weeks have gotten injured from a crossbody.
I mean, I don't know what's going down at the Performance Center, but everyone's tearing their ACLs in WWE.
Yeah.
So, got all that.
Well,
it's just
speedy recovery to Sky Blue.
It's just injury season for fucking everyone at this point. It does happen. Injury season in like wrestling always happens. Like one person gets injured and then like it just happens. Mm-hmm. Everyone gets injured. Because I think everyone just feels bad if you're the only one being injured, which sucks. I've been there. You're the only one being injured.
Yeah.
You're like, well, shit.
So everyone's just like, oh, I'll be injured too with you.
No one wanted to be. I was the only one.
No, I'm saying that's how injury season happens.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, we don't want you to be the only one.
Oh. Wow, this episode's going to be like not even an hour long.
We didn't have a lot to talk about.
Yeah, we don't.
We really don't.
Like I said, it's going to be a quick episode. But anyway, let's talk about my Way Back Wednesday match that I uploaded this past week.
Yeah.
But we don't even have to talk much about it because we talk more about it in the Bryce episode. Because it's me versus Bryce from KWA, No Vacancy, 2022.
Oh yeah, we did talk about that.
And
we did talk about everything, so.
Yeah, Lyssie is involved in that match. We have a very fun match, friendly competition. It's on my YouTube channel. Just go find it. It's a really good match. I'm not going to talk much about it because we talk more about it on the Bryce episode that will be uploaded on Thursday. But I'll just say it's one of my favorite matches. It was a really cool story. And we do the Bret Hart and Bob Backlund finish. And Lyssie, want to talk about your experience in this match?
This is the final one, right? With the situation that happened at the end of the match.
Oh yeah,
the personal situation that happened at the end of the match.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I'm like, am I on the same page as you? Because for some reason I didn't realize it was at No Vacancy. When you said the name, I was like, was it? And I'm like, okay. But no, I mean, it was easy peasy lemon squeezy on my part of things. So, I come out with Dylan. I'm not going to say everything as to what goes on. But I did play a pivotal role in the end of this match where, I mean, normally, and I talk about this on the episode with Bryce, I was always nervous going out when I had to, do stuff in matches. But I didn't really do a whole hell of a lot, but what I did do was very easy of, it's literally at the end of the match. and this is what happens, and when this happens, you need to do this. And it was like, so just like this is the final end of the match. I was like, okay, perfect. So I don't have to worry about like finding something in between and like jumping in too early or this, that, and the other. Like, I know what this is and I know when this happens, and it's gonna be very easy. So yeah, no, I mean, it was fun, and like, I mean, I enjoyed doing the match and being a part of it and whatnot. I enjoyed doing the whole story leading up to it as well. I feel like, as we talk about in the episode that'll be uploaded on Thursday, there was a lot of stuff that we did together, and I felt like we really were like a rock solid group. I felt like we were badasses, like we were cool as hell. So yeah, it's just, to me, like, and again, I hate to keep repeating myself, it's talked more about in the episode on Thursday, but it's just a very bittersweet match for me to like look back on. You know what I mean?
I just like the match because, not to brag or anything, but Lyssie can also confirm, I didn't have to fucking carry someone in this match. I was just able to like, all right, Bryce, I'm going to do this. What are you going to do? All right, sounds good.
Yeah, I mean, you guys also know each other so well.
Yeah.
So, and you knew your wrestling style so well. So, I mean,
it was a fun story because, like, just watch back on it. It starts off as like a friendly competition, but then we're both heels, so we're out healing each other, and then it just turns into a fight, and it gets out of hand as the match keeps going on, and then the finish happens, and it's just out of hand.
Yeah,
it gets way out of hand, and it's really good. We do a turn, so that's also, like, just to kind of spoil it, there is a turn in this match. It's really cool. This is also the debut of the Sunset Strip Stallion gimmick that I did. So you get to see me in my 80s tights.
Yeah.
And there's some like really cool spots. Like, Bryce gave me an assault driver in this match.
Yeah.
He suplexed me on the outside of the ring into a pile of dirt, which was insane. The funny part of this match, there's a spot in this match where Bryce just goes on, like, match stops. Like, he just stops the match. He grabs a chair on the outside of the ring, comes into the ring as the referee's looking and aware, hits the chair off the mat, throws it at me, I catch it, Bryce bumps. Referee is like confused, I'm confused. Referee takes the chair off of me with the referee's back now turned. Then Bryce low blows me. I thought he didn't even tell me he was doing that. I just kind of had to go with the flow, and I was like, oh, I know what he's doing. And I've done that spot before too, and it's fun. There was some really fun spots. We beat the fuck out of each other. I almost broke my wrist in this match.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, it was a fun match.
Yeah.
It was a fun match to look back on.
You know what was also a fun match? The flashback match of the week.
Yeah.
That we watched last night. It's from the new generation era of WWF.
Which was shit.
No, don't you ever curse or talk shit on Repo Man ever again.
You just said shit. You just cursed.
Don't you fucking cuss me, motherfucker.
Shut up.
15 goddamn minutes.
Shut up.
You start fixing it yet?
Shut up.
Anyway, it's from Raw of 1994, so that you can just type in Bret Hart versus 1-2-3 Kid, and it'll pop right up. A lot of people like this match. It's one of like the best matches from Monday Night Raw of that era, of the early era of Monday Night Raw. Bret Hart's the WWF champion. 1-2-3 Kid is on like this babyface rise. He beat Razor Ramon, and now he's getting a world title shot. And these motherfuckers it's a basic match, but everything that they do is so goddamn perfect, and they go about 20 minutes with the false finishes and everything. It's such a good match. Lyssie, what did you think of Bret Hart versus 1-2-3 Kid?
I liked it. It was a solid match. It was fun. It was clean. Like you said, everything they were doing was just picture perfect, like to a T. So, I mean, I don't really have too much to say about it other than the fact that it was just a fun watch.
What do you think of 1, 2, 3 Kid?
I mean, I've always liked X-PAC, but...
X-PAC! And speaking of X-PAC...
What?
My wrestler of the week.
Is X-PAC?
It's X-PAC!
Stop screaming.
X-PAC.
Yes.
6.
Yes.
1, 2, 3 Kid.
Yes.
All 3 of them.
Yes.
The Lightning Kid.
All of the people in one.
Sean Waltman. It's X-PAC.
Okay.
X-PAC!
Yeah.
X-PAC!
Okay,
Dealing with the X Factor.
Jesus fucking Christ. Okay, what was your first exposure to X-PAC?
Him versus... Well, my first exposure of X-PAC was him versus Tajiri from SummerSlam 01, because of that SummerSlam 01 DVD I've talked about in past episodes before. But my first time catching the eye of X-PAC, and I didn't know that they were the same person until I was told, but 1, 2, 3 Kid versus Razor Ramon from Monday Night Raw, where 1, 2, 3 Kid beat Razor Ramon, because I had the Raw 15th anniversary box set thing, and that was one of the matches on there. And I didn't know that they were the same person until I put 2 and 2 together and someone else told me about it, and I was like, oh, that's pretty fucking cool. And then another memory of X, I don't know like the specific first memory, but like I'm just going by the 3 main ones that I kind of remember. And another one is when X-PAC joins DX. He comes out and Triple H announces X-PAC, and I just remember the one specific line in his promo. Eric Bischoff, you think I couldn't cut the mustard?
Jesus Christ.
So yeah, that's my story on X-PAC.
What was your favorite version of X-PAC?
1, 2, 3 Kid.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's your favorite X-PAC match?
1, 2, 3 Kid versus Owen Hart from King of the Ring in 1994. It's a really good fucking match. It's Owen versus 1, 2, 3 Kid. Enough said.
Okay.
Yes.
Why do you like X-PAC?
He's so fucking different. Like, his in-ring style is so fucking cool. So he's a smaller dude, and he does the karate kicks. I love his corner kicks. You know what I'm talking about,
yes.
The corner. I love the corner kicks. The Bronco Buster is a fucking insane move. The X Factor is an insane move. He always just really caught my eye because he was always, like, different. I don't know why. I just always really enjoyed X-PAC.
Okay. I mean, do you have, like, a favorite, like, X-PAC moment? Like, if we're talking about, like, things he's done or said or acted or whatever.
Oh, yeah. Things that he's done, yeah.
Okay, talk.
No, I'm kidding. I can't go there. I was going to make a joke. He once did a porno with China. It was called One Night in China.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
Okay.
Yeah, I remember that.
I just had to get that joke out there. I feel like if we're talking about X-PAC on this podcast, no offense, China, rest in peace. But I just feel like we needed to, like, just mention that. No, I loved all the DX shit that he did, especially when they invaded WCW.
Mm-hmm.
He was dressed like an army guy.
Yeah. He's got a sense of humor on him.
Him tearing his asshole on the Bronco Buster. Him beating Razor Ramon, because why not? X-PAC's just a funny motherfucker.
Yeah.
He's a funny mother. He used to wrestle in Wrestle Society X, which was like on MTV, which is insane. X-PAC's done some random ass shit. I don't know how that dude's not dead from a drug overdose, because he had like a big drug problem.
He's just a guy doing stuff and living his life.
Really, he really is.
Oh man, I'm tired. I'm sorry.
It's okay. What is your opinion on X-PAC?
I like X-PAC. Again, I always thought he was funny. I always thought he was a solid, fun wrestler. Obviously, like, my first core memories of him are just with DX.
Break it down.
Yeah.
Down.
Yeah, basically. And And I was like DX growing up, so of course I was gonna like him. You know what I mean?
So you like X-PAC more than 6 or 1, 2, 3 Kid?
Yeah.
Have you ever seen any 1, 2, 3 Kid matches minus the one I showed you in the Razor one?
Not off the top of my head, honestly.
Do you want to know how he got 1, 2, 3 Kid?
Sure.
He was the Lightning Kid on the Indies,
Okay.
and then he was just the Kid.
Uh-huh.
There's a bug flying on the wall right there.
Yeah, it's a moth or something, or a fly.
After he beat Razor Ramon, they called him 1, 2, 3 Kid because he got the 1, 2, 3.
Oh, yeah, okay, that's what I thought it was, but I didn't want to say it and sound stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
6-pack. My favorite X-PAC run is his TNA run.
Yeah?
Yes.
Why?
When he was with the band.
Why is that?
Because they were fucking old as fuck. No offense, Scott Hall, rest in peace, but they were old as fuck, and they were like, yo, we're gonna do the NWO reunion in TNA because it's the Monday Night Wars. But we can't call ourselves the NWO or the Clique, so we're the band. Because the band is back together.
Oh my god.
How do you feel that X-PAC is friends with Kevin Nash, Scott Hall, Triple H, and Shawn Michaels?
Just a weird amalgamation.
It really is.
It's just an odd... But it all works, you know what I mean? But it's just a weird amalgamation.
It really is. And it's even more weird to think about, like, Triple H used to date Chyna, and then after they broke up, X-PAC dated Chyna. Like, they were dating and they did the pornos.
Yeah, well, shit
Like-
happens.
Like, imagine Triple H watching that porno and being like, that's my friend's dick.
I'm sure he's seen it before then.
He probably has.
That's probably how he recognized it immediately. I've never seen the video.
He didn't have to see the fucking
He didn't even
title.
have to see the face. He was like, that's fucking X-PAC.
He was like, hey, I know whose boobs those are, and I know whose dick that is. That's X-PAC and Chyna.
He knew exactly immediately just because he's seen his pee-pee so many times. I guarantee you. There is no doubt in my mind that all members of DX have seen each other flaccid and rock hard. Hands down. Same goes for Blackpool Combat Club and
Kenny and Coda.
Gang.
Kenny and Coda.
Well, I mean, that's a little bit of a different story, but...
Yeah.
Because they're in love.
They do it out of love.
They're in love. They're in love.
They don't do it as a ha-ha funny joke.
No.
They do
I'm sure Hangman's seen every single one of the Dark Order members' penises.
He's definitely seen Johnny Hungee.
He has seen John Silver's dick at least 5 times.
Yeah.
Within recent memory.
Just
There's
last week.
Yeah, just last week. Every time Hangman sees John Silver greets him with showing him his penis.
They definitely, like, he walks in the locker room and he's like, let me see that cock, boy! And John Silver's like, Johnny Hungee!
John Silver's like, you want to see my little meat man?
No, definitely. Bryan Danielson and John Silver were comparing dick sizes one time in the locker room, and Hangman walked in and was like, whoa.
Hangman walked in and was like, I got you all beat. I got you all beat. 'Cause that was a running joke for a while.
Got you all
That
beat.
Hangman's got a fucking schlong on him.
You know what also a running joke? How big is Batista's dick?
No one knows.
No one knows.
No one knows.
No one knows.
Did you see the pictures of him and
At Jimmy Fallon, yeah.
Where he looked like a straight RuPaul? That's no insult. That's a compliment.
Bro, how old is he now?
Batista or RuPaul?
Both.
I think Batista's like 56, if I'm not mistaken.
How old's RuPaul?
I don't know. I think I care more about Batista. Am I right?
Batista's 55.
55! I was so close.
How-
When's this? Oh, it doesn't matter. I was gonna ask when his birthday was.
January something.
Oh, okay.
RuPaul is 63.
No way!
RuPaul is 63.
That motherfucker is not 63 years old.
That's what it's saying.
Well, it's because she's gay. That's what it is. We got good skin. We take care of ourselves.
On this next episode of Drag Race, the animal,
Batista. I'm just saying, put Batista in a drag wig and that's RuPaul. That's her. She's there. Am I wrong?
No.
And go look at the pictures of Batista from Jimmy Fallon and tell me that's not RuPaul.
It's RuPaul.
That's a straight RuPaul right there. Hands down. Straight up correct information.
Batista left wrestling and started doing acting, and
I mean, honestly, Batista could have left wrestling and started drag. I've never seen RuPaul and Batista in the same place. Not once. Not once have I seen them in the same place together. They could be the same person.
they're gonna do a movie next together.
Could you imagine?
It's gonna be like the movie's gonna be like former wrestler becomes drag queen.
Starring Batista.
Yeah,
RuPaul.
if there's a movie, I want royalties.
Yeah.
I'll write a script. I will write a script. I'm gonna become a director.
I really thought you were going to say I'm going to become a drag queen.
No, I'm okay on that. That RuPaul can do that.
You don't think that you could walk in heels?
No, it's uncomfortable.
You don't think you could tuck?
No,
Do you know what tucking is?
is something to do with my penis?
Yeah.
No, I'd probably that'd hurt. It seems like
Yeah.
that seems like it would hurt.
I don't know about that. I don't have a penis to tuck. I've never tried it.
I'm not gonna attempt it. I don't.
Okay.
I'd rather just let it do what it does. We're talking about this podcast is falling apart. We're talking about penises.
Yeah, we're going on to a completely different topic. You think John Silver's tried to tuck?
Welcome to Talkin Penis.
I think he has.
We went from X-PAC to penises.
It's the same conversation, Dylan. We can go right back. You think X-PAC tried to tuck? Probably. More than likely.
Wrestlers that have tucked.
I guarantee you
tried to
X-PAC
tuck.
has tried to tuck. At least once before. But my penis gets in the way when I'm wrestling. What if I just tuck it? And then tried it. And then realized, no, I don't want to do that.
My dick has never gotten in the way when wrestling. Fun fact.
I did not need to know about this.
Have I hit it? Absolutely, yeah. I've hit a frog splash before and hit my dick off the mat. Yeah, absolutely. Have I actually been like low blowed? Yeah, because people don't know how to fucking work it sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
So that happens. And sometimes accidents just happen. Like the one time I was facing Jacob Stone and he actually got me like really good. He gave me a low blow, and like he did like the typical low blow where like he exaggerates it, and then he does it and keeps his arm there, and I went down immediately. And if I ever decide to upload that match, that's the match where I got whiplash in.
Yeah.
You can see it when he does it. I go down and he grabs me and he goes, "I'm so sorry," because he knows he got me.
Oh, man.
Did I give him a receipt? Yeah. He deserved one after that.
Well, we have now derailed this entire podcast. So
We're only 52 minutes in.
well, I mean, they're not all gonna be 3 hours long like the one with Bryce.
No.
So I guess we're gonna end it here. I'm very tired.
Me too.
But thank you guys so much for watching, listening, however you might qualify this as. If you want to follow us on Instagram, you can follow us at Talkin Wrasslin Pod on Instagram. That is TALKIN_WRASSLIN_POD. If you want to follow me on social media, you can find me on TikTok, you can find me on TikTok at LungBucks. That is LUNG_BUCKS. And you can find me on Instagram and Twitter at LungTar. That is LUNG_TAR. Dylan, where can they find you?
You can find me on Twitter or the Instagram machines at Danny_line Valo_line DANI_line VALO_line. Yeah. And that's about it.
All right. Well, thanks for watching. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, send it to your friends, your parents, your loved ones, people you hate, people you can't stand, and the people that you're indifferent about. And we'll see you guys technically on Thursday, and we'll be back to our regularly scheduling upload next week.
American males.
Oh my
American
God.
males.
Okay, goodbye.
American males. American